Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 4, Episode 18, The Reunion Part 2. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. All right, so before we get started, The Sun has reported that Monica lost her lawsuit with Heather. So it turns out that Heather sued Monica. Well, Beauty Lab and Laser sued Monica. Monica countersued Beauty Lab and Laser, saying that she didn't pay her bill because her procedure was botched. The court dismissed Monica's case. Heather, Beauty Lab and Laser wins the case and Monica has to pay the bill. I would assume so, considering that Heather said that Monica had been a patient of theirs under 3 of her names. Clearly, if you have been there multiple times, you like their service. For whatever reason, you didn't want to pay the bill. Anyway, so we already knew that Monica was friends with Dana from last season. Remember last season, Dana yelled at Jen that one of her friends was an informant on the case and that Jen better start acting nicer, especially if she wanted money on her books. And then we didn't see Dana anymore. Well, Dana has been hanging out with Monica because her and Monica were friends before she got on the show. Well, Dana ended up going on one of Monica's lives and she said that Lisa donated to Ted Cruz's campaign. Well, Lisa gets upset by this and she unfollows Dana. Now people are out here on social media saying they hope that Monica gets re-signed for season 5 of the Housewives and brings back Dana. So people are hoping that Monica and Dana and Mary will be able to click up and be on the show. All I can say is that that would be very interesting. I don't know if any of the other housewives have gotten contracts yet, but it would be very interesting. I mean, I think that Bravo will be missing out on some pretty decent ratings if they don't bring Monica back. I think that Monica is a toxic person. I think that Monica lies quite a bit, but she is extremely entertaining. Okay, so a couple of my videos I've mentioned how in Heather's book, Bad Mormon, she mentions that it was Lisa Barlow that helped bring the show to Salt Lake City and that Lisa helped put the show together. Well, there is an executive producer from NBC named Noah Sampton, and Noah Sampton tells The Hollywood Reporter that the reason Bravo actually came to Salt Lake City was because of Mary Cosby. Somebody there discovered Mary and thought that she was a great character and she was pitched the show. And that's how they started to find other women to be on the show. So it seems that the reason we have the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is because of Mary Cosby, not Lisa Barlow. That's interesting. I don't know if Heather knew that and she was purposely changing the story to make it look like it was Lisa who brought the show together, or if that's what Lisa told her and she went with that. I have no idea, but this NBC executive said, no ma'am. It was Mary that brought them to Salt Lake City. Now also, you know, every housewife has their own podcast. And you know, Dorinda makes it nice, okay? She has her own ideas about Monica and Heather.
Second reunion, enjoyed Monica. They better not take her off. This whole thing, like, one's going to go, one's going to stay. No, if someone doesn't like it, they can leave. There should be no cast member that sets ultimatums for other cast members.
I also can't fault her. Of course, she tried to be a housewife.
But why is that so bad? So did everybody.
Exactly.
You don't think that each one of us didn't go through the interview process and go home after and be like, I want this? It's the same bullshit when people are fired or, like me, put on pause, which I will stand by until I die. You know, so many of these housewives are like, no, I actually left on my own. I don't want to go back. I was like, I am terribly sad and I want to go back. I'm waiting for the call. Why is that bad to say? I think it's ambitious of her. She wanted to be on the show. She went for it. And by the way, she's great reality TV. I like Heather Gay a lot, but why is it okay that she is doing this and Heather lied all year long last year about the black eye, lied to production, lied to the audience, lied at the reunion. I want to hop on to reunion 3 because I'd be like, really? At least I'm not a liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
I'm team Dorinda Paul's medley. Okay? Listen, every last one of them women that auditioned for that show, they want to be on that show. And I don't think that should be held against them. Every last one of them tries really hard to get on the show. If I was rich, you think I wouldn't try to be on the Housewives? I absolutely would. Absolutely. And I would be like Dr. Heavenly. Well, not like Heavenly, but I'd be like Heavenly. I would still have my YouTube channel and I would still be talking shit about all the Housewives. Except for the ones I don't watch. But you know what I mean. Anyway, I agree. You lied to us all season about that black eye. But, you know, Monica can't lie a little bit about the reality Vontaes. That was so crazy. Monica is a nut. So anyway, so before we get into the show, I wanted to make a formal apology to Heather. Because my last video, I mentioned that she stole her receipts, timeline, proof from a congressman. One of the peeps let me know that that was incorrect. Thank you so much. However, I did also find an article where it said that California Congressman Robert Garcia quoted Heather with the whole timeline, proof, receipts, screenshots. So it seems that the congressman actually stole from Heather. Heather didn't steal from him. So I owe Heather Gay an official apology. Sorry, Heather. There is a whole lot of shenanigans that went on in this reunion that I would absolutely love to be able to have the clips for all of it. But you know, YouTube, they don't play around. Neither does Bravo, NBC, Universal. They say copyright infringement. So what I'm putting in is what you get. Okay. So I'm going to be all over the place with this reunion.
So my mom had messaged production before we all went to Bermuda, and she said, I want to go.
Okay.
And production said no.
Right.
So she was very, very pissed. She felt like I'm the one that should be there.
Who in this group do you like?
Okay, so I do like Angie.
Okay. Oh, you like Angie?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I do, because Angie can take my toughness. Like she can handle me.
Okay.
I like Monica.
Yep.
She's pretty.
Yep.
I think she's a good addition. And I love Meredith.
Yeah.
And
I love you.
that's probably about it.
Okay.
I said you're racist, and that's what, yeah.
But
Well, I mean, if you tweeted that she's racist,
Yeah, I did.
you believe that Whitney's racist?
I do.
You do?
100%. Our color is cursed by the color of Cain. And that we will be in a different heaven. Our color, our skin color will be in a different heaven, and we'll be the help.
Mormon. So can somebody ask me?
There is
I'd
Mormon
like to
doctrine.
answer.
Mormon doctrine is rooted in racism.
No, it is
but
not.
the Mormon Church
Yes, it
today
is.
It is.
we have to
Bailey is
acknowledge
black
it in
and
order to
Mormon.
change it.
Okay, so this episode picks up right where we left it off, with Monica and Angie yelling at each other and acting ridiculous. Then they do a montage of Monica and that mama of hers. And listen, remember my video last week when I posted her and her mom arguing? Listen, I already knew that her mom was terrible, and I already knew that their relationship was toxic. But watching that, you really do see how bad it really is. And you can see from what her mom was saying that her mom really wanted to be on TV. And she wanted Monica to be on TV. And you need to make nice with everybody. Be nice to everybody. That way you get more camera time. You get more camera time. And, you know, her mom is a disgusting person. But Monica could use some help. I think that Monica could change her ways and she could be a really good person, but she needs some therapy and she needs it quick. And I think that she needs to cut ties with her mom unless her mom gets some therapy as well. And I wouldn't let her mom around my children either until she could do better. And I think that Monica should do better too, because in that footage of her and her mom yelling and screaming, her kids were there. You've got all of this negativity, all of this toxicity. Your kids are seeing you yell at your mom, cuss at your mom, throw your mom out of the house. They're watching your mom yell at you, cuss you out, tell you how much of a loser you are. This, and this. All of this is being seen by your children. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You need to cut your mom off, get some therapy for yourself, and you might want to sign those kids up for a little bit of therapy. And that's just my opinion. Her mom laughing about her falling down them steps at Angie's house, that was disgusting. Her mom talking about Bravo sending her home in a cheap Uber or whatever she was saying, also disgusting. Where's your Uber money? Get your own ride home, disgusting woman. Then we find out that her mom actually called production. The nerve of this woman. She called production and asked them if she could go on the trip to Bermuda. That is absolutely disgusting. Andy said no. I mean, you have no business on this trip. You are not a full-fledged housewife, no matter how much you want to be. You are not. She says that she hasn't talked to her mom since filming Wrapped, and that's probably because there's no cameras at your house. That's why she hasn't talked to you. If you were still filming and Bravo's cameras were still swinging by your house every day, your mama would be there in her pajamas and all. Monica says that she has not heard from her father. She doesn't even know what he looks like, and she doesn't even think that she would want to now. And I think that's a lie. She has talked about her dad so much. She has cried so much. I think that she does want to know him. She does want to be a part of his life. Even if she just meets him one time and cusses him out one good time, I think she deserves that. Because even if he does not like her crazy mama, which we can all understand, you have responsibility to this child. So even if her mom is problematic, even if her mom was causing you trouble, you should have made it your business to be a part of this girl's life. So I think she should try to find him. And I think she should cuss his ass all the way out. And then if they can work something out, great. If not, fuck them. I think that you have the responsibility to know this child, even if you hate the mama. I hate when people do that. Oh, I'm not seeing my kids because they mama make me sick. Or I'm not seeing my kids because they daddy sucks. No. Grow all the way the fuck up. These are your children. Be responsible. I'm just saying, I'm sick of these people. So Andy asked Lisa, after hearing all of this stuff about her mother, are you sorry for the comment you made about nobody wants to be her mom? Now, Lisa tried to give us this razzle dazzle bullshit about, well, I only know what I saw, and she talked about me. She was giving me all these sophomoric digs and all this stuff. She talked about me. Girl, you are damn near 50 if you are not already. Why would you say something nasty and negative like that? And you don't want to apologize for it because you meant that shit. I am sick of Lisa Barlow not being able to take accountability. What you said was gross and disgusting. All you simply had to say when Andy said, Lisa, do you apologize for that comment that you made saying no one wants to be her mother? One response, yes. That's it. Now, if you wanted to give a little more and say, you know what? I do. I'm so sorry. That's all you had to say, but you couldn't do that. That's another reason why Lisa Barlow irritates the hell out of me. Yikes. Lisa and Heather got in the mix, and they said that they absolutely believe Monica when she said that her mom was putting on an act, because they believe that she was definitely putting on an act when she met them, when she sat down to the table. She absolutely wanted camera time. That woman is a fame hog. She is trying to be famous and rich. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, because if I could be famous and rich, I would do it. If I could just be rich and not famous, I would rather be rich. But you know what I'm saying? I would do it. Whitney said that when she sat down at that table with them, she felt as if Linda wanted to be in Monica's shoes, because she did. Then Monica lets us know that after her final audition for the show, she goes straight to her mom's house to cry because she thought she ruined it. And that sounds like a child, no matter how old you are, when you are feeling down, you want to tell your mama about it. Anyway, she says she goes over there crying to tell her mom about it. Her mom says, let's pray. And then she goes on to pray that if Monica doesn't get on the show, she does. What? I'm telling you right now, no good mom would ever pray that she got something that her child wants. A good mom is praying that her child gets whatever it is, whatever the desires of their heart is. They are not sitting around praying that if you don't get it, I sure hope I do. Get out of here. And Andy on his podcast said that he believes Monica's story about her mom praying and hoping and wishing that she would get on the show with every fiber of his being. I believe that too. Monica drops a lot of lies, but I think she was telling the truth about her mother. And then Heather makes this comment talking about, you filmed with her after that? And I said, I know you didn't just say that. You filmed with Jen after she busted your damn eye. I mean, your eye was tore up and you still filmed with that woman. At least she's filming with her nut job mom. I mean, seriously. I was sad to hear that Heather only talks to her mom through text for Christmas and birthdays. That is really sad because, like I said, I did read Bad Mormon, the only housewife book I have ever read. And her and her mom had an extremely close relationship. And I am really sorry to see that her leaving this religion has cut the family up like this. This is terrible. I'm praying for Heather and her mom's relationship. Whitney, I'm excited to say, her and her mom, after 16 years or 10 years of separation, they have gotten their relationship back on solid ground and they are growing, building their relationship. And I'm happy to see that. I was sad that her and her father are absolutely not speaking anymore. And so I'll be praying for her and her dad as well. I don't know what it is, but I really feel like no matter how old you are, how young you are, you really need your parents. And they need you too. So I'm wishing the best for all of them. Now, falling down them steps at Angie's house. Boy, they showed that video and she sure did take a fall. Then they showed her knees all tore up and she went to the hospital and Bravo paid the medical bills and she did throw that shoe, which could have hit the child, but it didn't. She says that she was going to sue Angie. Angie lost her shit. She said her family members left the celebration because they didn't feel safe. Now listen, I'm going to be honest. I would not have left that party because I did not feel safe. You are not, girl. Try it, okay? But why I would have left that party is if I had my children. I would have left because all that screaming and hollering, cussing and fussing, you're not about to do that in front of my kids. So I would have told them, get your little Easter basket and come on, we're going to go on down these steps real careful, okay? But no, I wouldn't have left being grown. No, if I'm just there by myself, say something if you want to. But otherwise, girl, go on about your business. But what I didn't like is how Monica threw Meredith under the bus. I said, Monica, you are trying your best to get back here for season 5. You need at least 2 friends on this cast. Meredith has tried to be there for you so many times, and every time you throw this woman under the damn bus. She says, well, I told Meredith about it, and she said, Meredith told me I could sue you and take your house. Meredith said, I did not say that, but I did say that she was liable and you could sue her. And you know what? To be honest, I think Meredith probably did say that. She probably did say it. However, Monica, way to throw this woman under the bus. This is ridiculous. Angie and the rest of the girls looking at Meredith like, oh my gosh, did you say that? First of all of y'all shut the hell up. Not one of you has apologized to Meredith yet. And this is part 2 of the damn reunion. Second of all, Meredith is not Angie's friend. Meredith doesn't like her. And Meredith is a lawyer. If somebody asks her a question, she's going to give them her legal opinion. And that's exactly what she did. Get the hell out of here. Don't be looking at this woman like this. And Angie says that Monica likes to sue people. Well, listen, Angie said it. The internet talks. And the internet is saying that Monica is involved in 22 lawsuits. Monica, maybe she does like to be down at the courthouse. Maybe that's where she's going to find her next husband. He could be a lawyer. Not like Tom Girardi, and or a judge or something, a bailiff. I don't know. Jeez, I hear that the ex brother-in-law was a cop. Anyway, the point is, Angie and Monica going back on Twitter, yelling and screaming at each other. Lisa jumping in. It was a whole bunch of nothing. They were doing too damn much. All that yelling and screaming and carrying on. Andy was absolutely over it. You could hear Whitney off to the side saying that her ears was ringing, all that screaming and hollering. Meredith was over there freezing. She needs a throw blanket. Everybody knows that woman needs a throw blanket. I don't know why they didn't just get her a personal heat fan. The woman is always cold. And then the whole thing about calling John Barlow a penis head. I mean, Andy's face said it all. I said, what? Girl, you're in your 30s? Why did you call this man a penis head? And where does this come from? Girl, this is so childish. Then they go over Monica and all her names. She had her original name, then she changed it, then she had a maiden name, then she had her daddy's name. You know, she has a lot of names, and you know, a lot of people do. You know, a lot of people change their name and, you know, do all kinds of stuff. I mean, it does seem a little suspect, but I don't know. She says that Lisa Barlow told her that she changed her last name to her father's last name, Garcia, because she wanted to make herself seem more Latin for casting purposes. Lisa says she didn't say that, but I don't buy it. I absolutely believe that Lisa said that. Now, Lisa says the reason that Jack started his mission off in LA was because he took his visa picture on a yacht with his shirt off. I think that's very childish, and I don't know why he would do some shit like that. You can't even smile in your visa and passport photos. They want that picture from the neck up, and you better wipe that smile off your face. It has to be clear. Your hair can't be on your face. I mean, the lady was real rude to me when I went to get my picture done. I started off to smile a little bit. She said, no. I was like, damn, rude. Anyway, that picture sucks. Anyway, he is now over there in the Columbia and enjoying his mission, I hope. So Andy asked Heather why Jack's mission triggered her. And, you know, after reading the book, I understand why it triggered her. She says that it's a cult. You're away from your family for 2 years. You're over there inducting people into this religion that she doesn't believe in anymore. But the point is, it's not her damn business. It's absolutely none of her business. This is between Jack and his parents, period. She should have stayed the hell out of it. I know it triggers her that Lisa gets to go to wherever she worships with her shoulders out. I don't know if I believe that. However, Lisa did say that she doesn't get to go into the temple. And I think that's because she's Mormon 2.0. You need to be Mormon 1.5 so you can get in the temple. Oh my God. I don't even know what that is. Excuse me, Mormons who are listening. I apologize. Anyway, Whitney needed some screen time, so she wanted to jump in. Heather, you called me a hypocrite. You called me a hypocrite because I was supporting Jack. Girl, listen, shut up. She needed a formal apology. Heather apologized for calling her a hypocrite. There you go, Whitney. Now move on. Now, when Andy brings Mary out, Andy makes this comment about welcome to this reunion. We're happy to see you at a reunion or something like that. And Mary says, Andy, you made me pay for that. I'm pretty sure that's what she said. And I said, oh, how did he make you pay for that? I guess by sitting her down the next season, because we all have known in the past, if you skip the reunion, Bravo does not let you come back. So it was really telling that Mary did get to come back. So I'm thinking that's what she said. I don't know, peeps. Get down in the comments. Is that what she said? She said that she didn't come to that reunion in 21, 2 years ago, because of the way she was treated all season. And she was treated pretty bad. Jenny treated her awful, and none of the ladies stood up for her at all. And she was going through hell because the blogs was kicking her ass. YouTube was tearing her up. I mean, it was rough. Mary was going through. It was a struggle. And I don't think she wanted to face up to any of that. She didn't want to talk about that church. She didn't want to talk about that granddaddy. She didn't want to talk about money or Cameron or any of these other allegations that other ex-church members had came out on the blogs talking about. So she didn't want to face the music. Andy talked about the Watch What Happens Live episode when Mary said she came back because they needed the help. And he asked the girls, he said, do you believe, we needed the help? And Heather and Angie both said yes. And Angie said, yeah, we needed Mary's comic relief. And Mary said, I don't know why you're answering. This is just your first season. Andy said, she was on your side. She said, yes. And she said, oh. I said, Mary, please get off Angie's neck. Would you? Please. So Andy wanted to know, he said, Mary, who do you like? And she said, Angie, because Angie is tough and she can take me. She can, go back and forth with me. She said, I like Monica. She's pretty. And I love Meredith. She said, I don't like the rest of them. They were all shocked. Like, what the hell? And let me tell you, she does like Angie. She ended up going to a Christmas party and took Angie as her +1. So her and Angie are cool. I don't know what the hell happened, what went down, but she likes Angie. Originally, she said she didn't like Angie because Angie reminded her too much of Jen. Now, her and Heather going back and forth over these comments about this house. Now, Heather's comments about her house, they were shade. Heather was absolutely shading her house, but the comments were not that bad. I would rather somebody shade my house with comments like Heather than for somebody to look me dead in my face and say that I look inbred. And Andy said to her, he said, Mary, you really say it to people's face. And she said, yes, thank you. She is not afraid or upset about any of that. And I don't blame her. One thing you have to give Mary props for. Whatever she's willing to say behind your back, whatever she's willing to say in the confessionals, she will say it to your face. And that is something you have to respect, because a lot of these girls only shade in the damn confessionals. They will not say it to their face, or they will only say it behind your back. Mary will give it to you live, in person, and raw as hell. Mary then also hits Heather with, I've had my house before this show. I didn't need this show to get my house. You got yours after the show. But remember, when Heather got on the show, she was already talking about how her business was a $20 million business or $2 million business or something. So Heather did have something going for herself. But I will say this, her business has gotten a lot better since she's been on this show. Lisa tried to get in the conversation and Mary shut her down real quick. She said, why are you talking? Why are you in this conversation? And Lisa says, well, I try to tell you how I feel about you directly to your face, and then you just walk away, or you tell me you're done with me. Mary says, our relationship has been done. It stunned Lisa for a minute. She's like, oh, well, exactly. Exactly. So why the hell you want to talk to her then? Just be quiet. It seems to me that you know it's better to be friends with Mary than enemies. I'm just saying. Now, her talking about Robert Jr. Mr. I really wish I could be in the gangsters of Salt Lake City. Give me a break. All over social media, toting guns and drugs. Boy, bye. She says that she doesn't know if he's married to that girl or not because she hasn't seen any paperwork. Well, then she talks about the girl faking while they're having the sex. Talking about she heard them having the sex and the girl was doing too much. She said it was too many dramatics and you know he's not that good. So stop acting like that. I said, first of all, I am sorry, but, I have never met any pastors from any church, any priest, any, bishops, any clergymen, clergywomen ever say that they allowed their child to move their girlfriend into the house to have the sex and to share a bedroom. You don't know if he's legally married to this girl, but you're okay about them laid up in your house having the sex? Not me, girl. That's all I'm saying. Whitney says that she was glad to have the opportunity to try to make up with Mary. Mary said she didn't even care. She didn't want to be friends with Whitney anyway. And she said that those girls brought up a bunch of stuff that they read on the blogs and brought it to the show. Whitney said that they didn't. Mary said, listen, I have seen so much stuff out there. I have heard so much stuff about each and every one of you, especially you, Whitney. And I have not brought any of that stuff on the show. Listen, Mary just doesn't see it for Whitney. She really doesn't. Whitney does apologize to Mary for calling her a predator. She said she didn't mean that. And she doesn't think that Mary or her husband are predators. And, she gave the apology, but I don't think that Mary accepted it. Whitney goes on to say that she has spent thousands and thousands of dollars in therapy and she has grown, and she really didn't appreciate it when Mary said that none of the girls had grown. And Mary said, you going out online tweeting that, you still think you've grown? And she said, well, you tweeted about me. She said, I didn't tweet about you. I mean, I called you a racist. And then she went on to level the church. And Lord, so I did go out and look it up. I mean, I already knew that the LDS originally really did have problems with people of color. And what Mary said was absolutely true. Church started in the 1800s. It wasn't until June 8th of 1978 that they actually started allowing Black people to join their church. It was at that point that they declared that all worthy male members of the church could be ordained to the priesthood without regard to race or color, which gave Black women and men access to the temple. So before then, it was like, hell no. y'all can't bring y'all's asses into our church. And it wasn't until 1999 that the church actually welcomed lesbian and gay people. So, this church is problematic. I do appreciate that both Whitney and Heather stepped up and said, yes, the Mormon religion is steeped in racism. Heather says that, they are trying to change. They are trying to come out of that. And I believe it, because I do have some family members who are Mormon and they are Black. And like I said many times before, they are amazing people. They are the kindest people that I have ever met. They really are. But, there are some problems, with this religion. But I also have to say that with saying there's problems with every religion. You know what I mean? The girls really they were shocked. All of their mouths dropped. They were clutching their pearls when Mary doubled down and said, yes, I think you're racist. I think you're racist. Yes, I said that. Lisa Barlow. Really? I can't remember who it was, but she was like, he is a Black Mormon. I mean, that's like the one friend saying I can't be racist because I have a Black friend. I mean, okay, Lisa. I mean, seriously. No, they're not. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Maybe it's because she said that she hasn't read the Mormon Bible. She hasn't read anything that Joseph Smith wrote or whatever. You know what I mean? She said she hadn't read it. When they get around to that dumb bitch comment and Heather pulls out the audio again, Heather, please don't pull out any more audio. Lisa's like, play the audio, play the audio, play the audio. She plays it, and it was absolutely out of context. When you listen to that, you can tell that she wasn't calling Mary a bitch. She was calling somebody a dumb bitch, but it wasn't Mary. She was saying, dumb bitch, I ought to send this over to Mary. She wasn't calling Mary a dumb bitch. I don't know if she was calling Jen a dumb bitch or if she was calling somebody else that, but she was not saying that. And I think that it is really hard to get people to believe you if you're only going to play one part of the conversation. You lose the context and the proof turns out to be bullshit. One thing you have to be able to say about Mary too, Mary stands 10 toes down, even if it's ridiculous, because sometimes Mary can be over the top and absolutely rude, but she stands in it. I wasn't really surprised that Heather confirmed about the church. I was a little surprised that Whitney did, but I knew that Lisa wasn't. Lisa, with that, I don't believe it, and trying to overtalk. Another reason I can't get with Lisa. When they showed the previews for next week, it seems like they wanted to call Monica a rat for turning Jen in, and that says a lot about them than it does about Monica. Monica turned her in for robbing the elderly. You guys don't see a problem with that? Mary did tell Whitney that there's nothing that she actually did to her personally, and that she probably wouldn't realize it, and other people wouldn't realize it because they're not Black. But there is actions that she has seen, but she hasn't done anything to Mary personally. And Whitney was, happy about that. But that really took Whitney aback, being called a racist. And I can understand it, because if somebody called me a racist, I would be completely thrown and frozen. Mary's comments about the Bermuda, when she says that she thought that it was real dramatic, and how none of them really let her have her say, and they just all went after her. That's just housewife style. That's how they do it. However, Mary was right. None of the other ladies took accountability for anything that they did, but they really wanted to make sure Monica knew that they knew what she did. I think Monica needs to come back next season so we could wrap this up. I don't know, you guys. I think that's all I can remember. Get down in the comments if I forgot anything. Let me know what you think. I think this part 2 was pretty good. I am glad that they're about to wrap up this season with next week's episode. Anyway, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.